SCP-42, a formerly winged horse. Object Class: Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-42 is currently housed within Minimum Security Paddock 12 at Bioresearch Area 32. Despite SCP-42's seeming disinclination to attempt escape at this point, security measures must still be maintained at all times. Previous attempts to maintain the health of the ground cover on Paddock 12 have failed to date, despite regular watering. SCP-42's presence leaves the ground parched wherever it treads. As it has not been determined what happens to the added water, the program of watering has been discontinued as unnecessary and potentially hazardous to the local water table. Monitoring of local well levels and sampling of the area's water is to be carried out on a weekly basis. Personnel interacting with SCP-42, including Enly handlers, medical personnel, feeders, and custodial staff, must submit to thorough search, including data redacted, prior to entrance into Paddock 12. Any personnel attempting to smuggle a weapon or an object which can be used as a weapon is to be immediately data redacted. Personnel are to undergo psychological screening once per week after interacting in any way with SCP-42. Medical personnel examining the wounds on SCP-42's back are to be closely monitored at all times, lest they attempt to euthanize SCP-42. Description: SCP-42 is an animal believed to be a member of the genus Equus. Its coat is white in color with some small brown spotting. It stands at 183 centimeters, or 18 hands, to its withers and weighs 710 kilograms. Its weight has dropped significantly since it has been in Foundation custody, due to both atrophy from lack of physical activity and refusal to eat. The liquid nutrient diet forcibly administered keeps it alive, but it remains emaciated and weak. SCP-42 exhibits two large bone protrusions from its back, linked to powerful musculature, now atrophied, throughout its back. These bones end at 37 centimeters from the surface of its back, and they protrude from the skin at open, ragged wounds. To date, no healing has been observed of these wounds, though some clotting must be taking place for SCP-42 to have not bled out. SCP-42 exhibits a listless demeanor and has been unresponsive to any attempts by skilled handlers to incite activity. If allowed to do so, SCP-42 will lay down on the ground immobile, not moving to eat, drink, or relieve itself. Pain response conditioning has proven somewhat effective in getting SCP-42 to rise so it can be cleaned, but eventually it will attempt to lay down again, no matter the strength of the shock administered, even to the point of losing consciousness. Researchers are divided as to SCP-42's level of intelligence. While some believe that it is simply an animal and no smarter than others of its genus, others have come to believe that it may in fact be sapient. It has been shown to make eye contact with persons entering Paddock 12, most of whom describe its looks as pleading. SCP-42 has been involved in accidents on multiple occasions, where it has been injured on pieces of equipment or its enclosure, while those arguing for intelligence believe to have intentionally been caused by SCP-42. Addendum: a request by Dr. Eddie to transfer SCP-42 to Bioresearch Area 4 on February 1940, which was approved by O5-5. Dr. Eddie altered transportation documents to indicate that SCP-42 was to be airlifted rather than transported by armed convoy. During transit, Dr. Eddie overpowered the pilot of the transport aircraft and took the controls, plunging the craft into a steep dive. Passengers and cargo experienced nearly a minute of weightlessness before security personnel regained control of the aircraft and leveled off. As Dr. Eddie was being bound and the plane landed, SCP-42 broke free of its containment and kicked 2 security personnel to death in the cargo area. Cargo bay security footage showed that after this point, SCP-42 approached Dr. Surity and touched its muzzle to his face. Dr. Surity exhibited signs of euphoria while contact was maintained. But when additional security personnel subdued SCP-42 with tranquilizer darts and contact was broken, he collapsed into a catatonic state, which he did not recover. After a hearing concerning his actions, Dr. Surity was euthanized while under Foundation care on 1940. The following documentation was recovered from a person of interest working for the GOI Chaos Insurgency. It is believed to relate to SCP-42. Recovered documents are as follows. Delta Command Eyes Only. DCIRO Catalog Number SC-95/347 through 00/723. Document Type Step Compilation. Dates received 5/12/1995 through 6/15/2000. Operation status Open. Forward. All sprung from chaos and all shall return into chaos. A body unable to return to chaos, that is the wicked Foundation's doing, whose tyranny is deeply rooted upon corpses. It screams in silence in its bondage onto a shaky Foundation. Instead, we, of Delta Command, wish to hear the swan song of the body and all words. Operation Asclepius will heal the undying and castrate Hades. From the husk of the undying corpse, a great race will spring forth and spread and reach throughout all of space-time. The swan song, entropy, insurgency, all will spread across all space-time and forever tarnish the stale order of Hades' dominion. Hereafter, we, of Delta Command, document the steps of the plan as transcribed by the engineer of the Chaos Insurgency. Step 95 of 347. A red pill from Locker 5 of Base D is authorized for loan by an Alpha class personnel. Dispatch the Alpha to deliver document CO-95/347-001 along with said red pill. Venue will be in Hooters at Hollywood Boulevard in Los Angeles, California. Target will be a Beta class personnel in Intel Wing. The Alpha will confirm the identity of the Beta via the phrase, all sprung from chaos. If response is, and entropy is existence supreme, present document CO-98/947 to the Beta. Otherwise, leave at once. DCIRO Catalog Number CO-95/347-001. Document Type Covert Operations. Date received 05/12/1995. Author Delta Command. Hello, Agent. We of Delta Command hereby order you to mobilize for operation. In Paddock 12 of Foundation Area 32, there is a creature that has caught our interest. We wish to have it recovered for the plan. Exploiting your position in the Foundation, submit requests to have it transferred to Foundation Area 4, where you are currently stationed at. Once approved, report to Delta Command. Ensure that transportation is conducted by flight, and be present during transportation. Commandeer the transport while at flight. When confirmed, report to Delta Command. P.S. Important. Consume the red pill on the day of transport, 1 hour prior to takeoff from Foundation Area 4. Step 96 of 734. Document SR-96/734-001. Received by Delta Command. D0 Catalog Number SR-96/734-001. Document Type Summary Report. Date received 9/14/1996. Author Dr. Bell Pellinero. I bring good news. The O5 Council of the Foundation has agreed to the transfer. Transportation will take place on the 5th of October of the current year. Aerial transportation confirmed. Step 96 of 749. The pouch of St. Nicholas and 1 vial of protein juice, 20 milliliters, are authorized for loan by Beta Class personnel. Step 96 of 752. Foundation security operatives from Foundation Area 4 are known to frequent the La Costena bar on Main Street of Los Angeles, California, every Thursday night from 2200 hours local time onwards. On the night of the 3rd October of the current year, 1 Gamma Class personnel and 3 Beta Class personnel are to intercept a Foundation operative, Agent Jonathan Barker. Take 3 milliliters of his saliva while he is alive, and he can be killed afterwards. Put the body inside the pouch of St. Nicholas. The gamma is to mix the saliva with the vial of protein juice, stir for 10 seconds, and ingest the mixture. Hereafter, Agent Barker sides with the Insurgency as a Gamma Class operative. He can also take the pouch of St. Nicholas with him. Betas may leave to report to Delta Command of the operation status. Barker will return to his current assignment. Step 96 of 795. Barker, be on standby in the aerial transport to Foundation Area 32. Take the pouch of St. Nicholas with you and make sure the body is still inside. Retrieve genetic samples from the creature in the transport's cargo area. Post-op summary report is to be delivered to Delta Command. DCIRO catalog number POR 96/794-001. Document type Post-Operation Summary Report. Date received October 5th, 1996. Author Agent Jonathan Barker. Genetic samples from the body into the transport's cargo has been taken. Body has been deposited in the cargo. Casualties include 2 Foundation operatives. One was terminated by myself via blunt trauma. The other entered a catatonic state following contact with the creature. Reason unknown. To my knowledge, I did not have such response upon my contact with the creature. Step 96 of 803. Agent Barker will deliver the genetic sample acquired to Base GN for storage. Label it Pegasus. Step 98 of 1. Delta Command HQ Security. If someone purporting to be the envoy of the Eternal Horde arrives, let him through. Do not harm him. Allow him to seek audience with Delta Command. Step 98 of 214. 3 Alpha Class personnel are to retrieve a human target named Rava Kaur. She will be attending a high school party on the night of 26th March in Boston, Massachusetts. Keep her alive and unharmed. Contact Mahan Singh after successful acquisition of Core. He is the lead researcher of Prometheus's laboratory, Project Infinity, and Core's father. Arrange to meet Singh and escort him to Base HD. Keep him alive and unharmed. Step 98 of 253. Hereon, Mahan Singh sides with the Chaos Insurgency as an Alpha Class operative and is assigned to Base GN. A Beta will be assigned as his new minder/assistant, who will ensure Singh's cooperation in his new working environment. They can have access to Pegasus. Singh is to apply principles of Project Infinity on Pegasus. Report findings to Delta Command. Step 99 of 142. Document FR 98/1042-001. Delivered to Delta Command. DECIRO catalog number FR-98/1042-001. Document type Summary Report. Date received November 22nd, 1999. Researcher Amir Khan. Summary Report. First patch of Pegasi is born. 10 in strength. Physiology is stable. Step 99 of 156. Introduce the pegasi to the tachyon chamber. Acclimatize them, and if any of the pegasi die, replace them. Also conduct weights training for living specimens. Ensure the adults are capable of flight even when saddled with a mass equivalent to that of an adult human. Step 0 of 7. An Alpha class operative working at a cornfield in Yorkshire is to be inscribed glyph EH-54 onto the cornfield via a harvester at night. Contact reporters from The Sun about the glyphs on the next day. Claim ignorance and insist it was the work of extraterrestrials. Step 0 of 14. The envoy for the Eternal Horde is expected to arrive at base GN. When he comes, allow him to inspect the pegasi. He can take at most one adult pegasus capable of being ridden on with him, if he wishes to. If he wants more than one pegasus, politely reject him and refer him to Delta Command. Do not harm him. Step 0 of 17. When the envoy for the Eternal Horde is done with his business in base GN, escort him to Delta Command HQ. An armed escort of 10 alphas are to accompany him for protection. Ensure the envoy lives, no matter what. Step 0 of 22. Researcher Amir Khan is to come to Delta Command HQ on the request of the envoy for the Eternal Horde. He is strongly advised to arrive on horseback. Delta Command Logistics will prepare a horse for Khan. A new Beta-class researcher will replace Khan as Singh's minder and assistant. Step 0 of 142. Delta Command is aware of the Pegasus corpse that fell in front of base GN's main entrance. Keep the body in biohazard storage. An Alpha-class operative knowledgeable in Mongolian to English translation is to be deployed to base GN to translate the inscription on the Pegasus corpse's hide. Once translated, the Alpha will send the findings to Delta Command. Step 0 of 216. Halt the cloning of Pegasi, but continue to expose living specimens to the tachyon chamber. Step 0 of 287. On the 30th of August of the current year, base GN will expect the arrival of 10 specimens of the Eternal Horde horses. Keep them in the stables. All must be kept alive. Have one Eternal Horde horse and one Pegasus of different sexes ready for interbreeding. Step 0 of 723. Delta Command has noted the slow progress of the interbreeding program. Therefore, introduce the Blight of Chiang Mai to the Eternal Horde houses and Pegasus used for interbreeding. As backup, extract genetic samples from other Eternal Horde horses for genome modification. Thank you so much for listening, and you have a good rest of your day.